Hey guys, it's me, Erdos12, and today we are going to make an RPG HUD gamepad friendly, along with more, better, and faster. So, here's what we're going to do. First thing I'm going to do is this. Now, let me just give you some updates before we get started. I've also created a plugin here called Saber PG Studio, which is basically Saber Front RPG Studio, or basically a plugin where you can be able to make RPGs with ease. So this is what it looks like so far. This button right here, I'm not going to actually make that working yet, this button, because I have to make the kit, and I'm still working on some things. So, and then the next thing, the create inventory system, I've already got that set up along with the settings mod. So individual components are mods, and then stuff like mobs are entities. So this thing right here I'm going to actually edit, and what this will do is it does something really special. Like, this isn't an ordinary RBX GUI plugin frame that you will find. This frame right here is going to allow you to create mobs, allow you to create data pads that you can find around the area, also other entities too, such as tools, armor, and also you can also be able to create spacecraft if we get that, or aircraft, whatever. Staffs, made shops, anything you would want to make that we haven't made before. Now another thing is, when you click the inventory system, it will create the inventory, but we're not going to do that today, or nor are we going to do this today. But I'm just going to do this. So anyways, let's get back to what we need to do. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this will also be available in the for the plugin for you to be able to install with the plugin. And also another thing you'll also have is behaviors. So what does that really mean? What that means is this script right here is never going to ever be found in this service again. It's going to be found in here from now on. It's going to be installed there from now on. Because look what we have inside of it. Script.parent.humanoid means you're doing this within the character. This can be found in the character, and this is PvP, which is player-based script. It's found in the character, so it should go in here rather than going over there. Now another thing I've noticed is that the script contains this. This is going to be gotten rid of, because this reason why it should go in there. It's also self-explanatory why we should get rid of this. Obviously, it only is put in there once, so you wouldn't need to actually do anything with it. So now, what about the HP filler? That's going to have to be put in a local script. Even though it requires the armor module, we could put that in replicated storage instead of service script service to make it much more, I would say, user-friendly or something like that. Anyways, that's what I think we should do, and I'll probably do that later. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to figure out if there's anything else we need to do. I've already fixed the monobar, and I've already fixed that. So the monoscript, what you do with that is you make sure it's like this. So RPGM is math provider. It basically provides functions for doing math with RPGs. And, you know, also I've optimized it with event handlers and stuff. Now the OpenGUI is what you're going to be focusing on. So let me get started with that. So what that means is this. Script.parent.OpenGUI, actually open armor. Now the cache button I'm going to fix too. So yeah, the cache button should be open cache store. There'll also be a bank in the game that I'm probably going to make, and that's also going to be an entity as a bank. And let me explain to you what entities are. Entities are very special objects or models from Saberfront dev team for Saberfront RPG Studio. What it will do is you can be able to create it from that RBX GUI bar that I showed you, but in a really special way, where you're not just making it, you can be able to configure it, edit it, do whatever you like. Now, there are two ways you can configure it. Either we'll open up a script, or you'll be able to do it from a GUI. That is to be determined right now, so I'm not going to focus on that. So let me just get back to what I was doing. Next selection left. Oh, sorry about that. Next selection left equals script parent dot open cache store. Now what this does is it basically sets up, if you don't know what next selection properties are, you should try to look it up on the Roblox wiki, but what they do is that they allow you to be able to select things on 4 major sides: left, up, down, right. So let me show you what I'm going to do next. Open armor.next selection right equals script.parent.open stats. Another thing that I've noticed is this: script.parent.open armor open stats. The only one we only have to do one for the stats. Sorry for having trouble explaining it to you. My mouth is kind of dry. So next selection left. I believe, yeah, it's left. Equals script.parent.open armor. Now in the future, guys, I will be coming back on another tutorial. Like, I will be debuting a tutorial or a series of tutorials that will set up the gamepad moding system to finalize this kind of thing, because there's a certain stages that you have to know about that I actually have to go through in order to be able to make the games that I've made so far. One of them that's super important is the perfection stage, which is basically when I take my game that I've been showing you where this stuff is put, and I start at 5 levels. Like, I just do 5 levels starting out, and then after I've complete those 5 levels, I start over in the game and I add 5 levels more to what I have to do the next one. So it's in rounds. So it goes by 5s until I get to the highest level for that game, which is 100, but that may change probably like when I go to college. So yeah. Anyways, next selection left, no, right, equals script.parent.armor. I believe it would be open, not open armor, open, oh, open armor, yes, open armor. Okay, and now GUI game.GUI service dot another thing I forgot to do, we're going to place the GUI service thing in here. Let me show you what I mean. So that would be, in fact, I'm going to actually add a selection tuple to accompany it. So let's do it like this. In fact, move this back a few. Add selection tuple. HUD. Starter GUI.HUD dot I'll be back, guys. I just gotta fix something. Okay guys, I'm back, and guess what I've done? I fixed it. So what we have here is I've made the cache store and everything. I've changed that, and I've added a frame, right? But I made the size is similar, like equal to the size of this before. Sorry guys, I'm using Bandicam as you may see, but I made it equal to the size of this. But this is what I've done. I've taken the open armor, stats, and open cache door buttons, and I have taken their sizes and edited them to become 1/3 of this. So I basically combined all the sizes of these prior to this being created into one big bar, and I've made it transparent. So now let's test it out. Okay, I have the monitor bar right there. So let's just say I want to do that, and I want to get some cache to buy another thing. So I've almost forgotten one thing, so I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back, and I've also added something in to help it. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. Can we do it? Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. I'm back guys, and so what I forgot to tell you is that this has to be mouse button 1 down instead of mouse button 1 click, because it would not work. Like if you like basically mouse button 1 click doesn't work with selection, but if it's mouse button 1 down, then it does. I mean, I'm just saying, but if you know, or you just have a gut feeling that both of them work the same, then message me in the comments or PM me and tell me what you've done. Like, just do this tutorial right here, test out what you have using your own gamepad controller if you have one, and then just tell me in the comments or PM me about what you did and if it worked or not and why. And then I'll make the provisions to let people know in my video or in a new video that it works the same. So anyways, back to what I was doing. Let's just check this out. Oh, forgot. I have to do this. So see, that works for sure. And this is gamepad mode 2, by the way. You know what that means, right? That means that if it's gamepad mode 2, then it's the HUD for sure. And then once you select one of the buttons, which is what you do, then like if you select one of the buttons, then you're also going to probably need to have a GUI or something. Like I'll possibly have like a function or something, or a library that I'll show to you in another video as a follow-up to this one, probably in KodReview 12. But let's just see what happens if I upgrade that. Now I forgot there's another thing I had to tell you. We also have to use context action service. You know what that means? We forgot to add a context action or bind an action to this for the gamepad, to where you could be able to in fact, actually I'll do that right now. In fact, we have to do this. If game, oh, I just realized something. I forgot one thing. Let me come back. Okay guys, I'm back, and let me just give you a pointer. Remember this? Remember when we made a tutorial on how to make user input stats, or KodReview? I think it was either the 5th or 6th one. This is going to come in handy because this is what we're working with. It's basically user input stats things, just like leader stats, but it's for input. For example, if you have a gamepad mode of 2, which means this is what you have to do. You have to press L1. Actually, yeah. you have to press L1 in order to actually select the HUD. It's going to be very different from last time. In fact, even more different than that, because last time when we had gamepad modes working for Saberfront, it was using the up and down D-pad buttons to change the modes or get new actions. However, here's a serious problem with that idea. The serious problem with that idea is that it also conflicts with the control script unless we change the control script. So, there you have it. So, what does that mean? Well, let's go back to what we have to do. If player dot UI stats dot gamepad mode equals double equals 2. Oh wait, forgot one thing. That value. Always put that value after that, because this is like leader stats. Leader stats, everything is in a value, or basically we should call user data tag value. So now we do equals equals. Yeah, they're called tags, by the way, if you didn't know. So if it equals 2, then player dot UI stats, not UI stats, game dot context action service find action, and this action is called open close HUD. Yes, close HUD, and then you do another thing. Every few seconds, when we actually implement this, never mind, I'll get to that later. Close HUD function, create function, input. In fact, let me look at the object browser. I'll be back. Sorry about that. Let me go to the wiki. Okay guys, I'm back and I figured it out. So the action name, action state. Sorry guys, this happens every time. Action state and then action and then input. Hold on, let me check something. Oh yeah, input object. Okay, so we got that. Now let's do this. So the next thing you want to do, and trust me, this is very, very important if you want to be able to close this out and be able to move around in the gamepad. That will not happen if it's on mode 2. Movement only happens on mode 1. So then we'll do this. If, or actually, yeah, it will do, oh yeah, that's right. When this happens, guess what? Everything here is like this. For T in pairs, script.parent get children do. Now when that happens, here's what we have to really do. Now be very careful with this. Follow all the directions that I give you when you create this functionality, because if you do it wrong, like if you forget to include another a check for another instance type, then it could, you know, it could break the code. So first thing you want to do is if v is a, and then you would do frame, or actually not even frame, you have to do this, GUI object. Remember, always use this type. Okay, this is the base type. Hold on, let me get my voice straight. I'll be back, guys. This is the base type for all of these objects right here. Every single one. Okay? Is a GUI object. Then, if v, hold on guys, let me check something out. Okay, I'm back. I figured it out. So do v is a, hold on, let me see. Okay guys, I found it. GUI button or v is a GUI. In fact, actually no, let's do something else. So we do like v.visible equals false. I think that should actually do it. And then here's what we do next. Next thing you have to do that's really, really important is the tuple. Otherwise you won't be able to switch to mode 2 when you need to. Actually to mode 1 when you have to move. So it'll be like enum.keycode.l2 button L2. And then for the other one, yes, you can add more enum.keycode dot page down. Try that. Yeah. So now I'm going to see if I can do that. And also, I'm going to also show you how to deal with the top bar and the bottom bar. So if I do page down, oh, I wonder what happened. Oh, I know what happened. Instead of trying page down, try, gonna go for the slash. No, not that slash. Not tab. Tilde? Yeah, tilde. Now tilde is actually used, so I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do this. enum.keycode.shift, left shift, and enum.keycode. Try that. I think that should work. I tried left shift. Okay, I think I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try just left shift. Okay. Oh, forgot one thing. It's supposed to be 2. Let me set it to 2. So it hides that. You see that? It actually hid it. Now, let's see what we can do to make this work. So I would do left shift and enum.keycode.e. Let's see if we can do 2 at once. It just did it. Wow, isn't that amazing, guys? Now, here's the catch. You can use key code and button combinations. We will be using button combinations for our game. So, you have an advantage there. But, now I'm going to show you, I'll probably do a part 2 of this, not part 1. Not just one part. We're just going to do 2 parts. So, I'm just going to do a quick scenario here. What if I did game.starterGUI.set core GUI enabled enum, enum dot core GUI type dot backpack false. And I did the same thing like this, except you would actually wait, you don't have to do that. You could do all. See what happens if I did all. Shift E. It would make movement much easier. See that? There's nothing to look at. Now, before we end this, in fact, I'm actually not going to do 2 parts. I'm going to end it right here. I am going to show you how to make this work in terms of this. Okay, so then you would have to like do else if player.UI stats gamepad mode dot value equals 1, then you would do game.context, and in fact, yes, I got an idea. Sorry guys, this is long. It's going to have to go a little bit longer just to make sure everything is correct. Got changed connect function value. If value equals 2, then you do that. Now, I'm going to show you what else to do right now. So if you like context action service dot bind action, bind action, sorry, bind action, open HUD, so then once you do open HUD, you would do function. In fact, let me go back and do this like this, and this time we're going to keep it at left shift. But here's the serious problem. This would conflict with this. So I would have to do if game.contextActionService.get bound action info close HUD equals true, then you do this. Unbind action, open HUD. Sorry. Open HUD. I mean close HUD, sorry, close HUD. Close HUD. So now you've got that, right? Close HUD. So now if you open HUD, then here's what you have to do. Open HUD is where you're opening the HUD, basically allowing it to be visible again. And that's going to be very important if you want to be able to work with this on the gamepad. But what's more important is this. Player user UI stats gamepad mode value equals 1, not 2. So basically it binds that there, and then this has to be like this, equals 1. Basically it's 1. So now what do we do? Okay, what we do here is, and in fact you can still move with it, but you're going to want to keep that HUD invisible unless you're using the camera to move and all that crap, but that's different. enum.keycode.button L2. I'm going to change this to this, and enum.keycode.button. Hey. Now if you haven't noticed already, there is one more thing I have to tell you. Starting soon, I'm going to be debuting again the hybrid GUI that I showed you earlier in the month when I had Screencast-O-Matic. And that GUI is also going to have some changes, such as, for example, if it's half and half, you know what that means, right? If it's half and half, that means that even though everything else is hidden, in terms of like, you know, the icons that were originally in there that you can use with a string, these buttons are going to be sliced into 2, which means that one of them is going to be half the width, and the other one's going to be the other half the width, and they're going to be half the height. And then on the bottom, it's going to have a text label below that, which is going to say combo. What that means is you have to press those keys simultaneously. I will show you how to do this. So it'll be in a different tutorial. I'll show you how to make your tutorials better, or tutorial quests better, that is. Now enum.keycode.left-shift and enum.keycode.e are basically buttons that you can use to open things. In fact, let me do the same thing for that. So you have to press L2 and A in order to be able to work with it, like that. Yeah. So let's get started on testing it out. I almost forgot one thing. Sorry. 47 is a function, right? So what does that mean? Well, didn't I end it there? You got EOF. Oh, right. Sorry. Forgot about that. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot another thing. I keep forgetting this. You have to close the if statement with an end statement. So now let's try it out. Okay, let's see if I press this. Oh yeah. See what I just did there? It's very ingenuitive. Oh wait, let me figure this out. So the gamepad mode that I have it on is currently 2. But that's, oh yeah, forgot the value. It's value equals 1. Oh wow, this is weird. Oh, does not equal nil. Sorry, forgot the part where it says does not equal nil. Okay. I should have been able to close it, but I don't know what happened. Hold on. I'll be back, guys. I just need. Okay, guys, I'm back, and I think I might have fixed it. So if you try it out. Oh, sorry. I keep pressing that. Okay, and if I try this. Oh, wait. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I think I have an idea. I'm actually going to remove this. You'll be able to see this on the console. I'm not going to, get rid of that. I'm going to keep that like this, like it was. But if I was to do this, you would still be able to use the gamepad to do certain things, but here's what you would do. In fact, okay guys, I couldn't really get it to do what I wanted it to do, but overall it looks great. I mean, I'll probably come back to it. In fact, yeah, I think I will. Oh, yeah. Um, yeah, I'll probably just come back to it some other time when we actually have the right buttons and stuff. So, this was Airdos 12. Yeah, this HUD will be not in my game. If you guys want, on Saturday you can probably come to it if you want to visit it and see it. But also, it will be in available through the Saber PG Studios mod system. So that's all. And like this video, you can comment, subscribe, whatever you like. Cheers. Sorry guys, I almost forgot to tell you that I just fixed it a moment ago. It might work. Let's just see if it works. Yeah, I think we actually caused preoccupation. Like whenever you make a selection object, the controller user input thing gets preoccupied with that object that's selected. And with that indicated, like with that condition confirmed, like we saw in the tests that we did for this, it kind of cancels out the buttons. Like, it cancels out the input that you would make on the keyboard to make the stuff work. Now, let me show you what happens. Yeah, I think we're going to have to actually do a debounce. So, I'm going to end it, like, once we get the debounce together. So, let's do it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to figure out where the heck is... Wait a minute, I know where it's at. Right here. This is where we have to put the debounce. So wait, let me say 20 seconds. You gotta wait 20 seconds before you can do another, input. So wait 20 seconds. Let's try that. See, it works. It's just that the serious problem here is that it's either too fast or it cancels something out. It's the only problem we have with it. It's still doing it. So let me see if I can fix that. It's nil for a second. Oh, wait. Make this the left shift. How about left shift and right shift? Was that fine with you guys? Left shift, right shift, shift. Let's try that. Oh, it's waiting 20 seconds. Actually, I'm going to shorten it down to 5 seconds. Or maybe 2.5 seconds. That'll be better, because then you'll be able to see it, and you'll be able to go on about, what you have to do. I will not be making another video on YouTube for at least a day. Actually, not a day, but until tomorrow. However, tonight's the big night for my Twitch channel. I will be having a debut, so I will post a link in the description of this video for you to see, or for you to go to the Twitch channel and see me live. Interesting. Oh wait, I think I know what's wrong. Yeah, it's fine. I think I want to end it here. So guys, here we go. It's fixed. So now that we've actually finished it, this has been Erados 12. I will be releasing this for the RPG Studio, and it will also be in the starter pack of this will be in the description. Actually, it'll just be like this is, and you can modify it any way you want if there's anything that you can do with it. So yeah, and cheers.